Oh boy, I love watching some good old-fashioned Steven Universe Season 1. Let's see what the people have to say about it.
The show just started, and there is a grace period for the first couple of episodes. I mean, I did not like Steven Universe up until the Season 1 finale. Up until the Season 1 finale. Up until the Season 1 finale. Up until the Season 1 finale.
Okay, let's talk about this. I've noticed a lot of people say that the first season of shows, or in this case cartoons, are a lot weaker than the rest of the series, and I would agree and respect those opinions. In fact, I respect all the opinions of every person I bring up in this video, and if you don't respect these people's opinions, then you're the one I don't respect, and no one respects you, and in fact we all hate you, and you will never get any hot bitches. Oh, sorry, I forgot I can't say those mean bully words anymore. YouTube, my guy, I promise it won't happen again. Anyway, I agree that the first season of a cartoon is usually pretty rough around the edges. The artists usually haven't gotten a full understanding of their main and side characters, and the world that is the sandbox they made for their characters to play in. But this video isn't about that opinion, no. You see, there's this, I don't know, I guess stigma? Yeah, I'll go with that. A stigma that most modern first seasons of typically serialized cartoons are usually skippable. And I find this belief kinda silly, and it doesn't really take into account enough elements of these first seasons of cartoons. So the legendary, epic, amazing, awesome BransonTheMan, is going to try to convince you why it's important to watch the first season. Okay, this is actually bad, man. I don't know if you know this, but I kinda need this thing called food to live. Yeah, I really thought you could survive by just crapping on Ice Age, but apparently there's a bit more to it than that. So I have to go hunting. My first lesson, hunting tip number 1, hunt everything. Oh, you're going on a nice walk? Get out of the house for a well-deserved break? Well, sorry to interrupt your walk with a shotgun to the head. Oh, you're a bear trying to enjoy hibernation? Well, go whine, you piece of crap. I need my 3rd steak today. Oh, you meet me and we form a common bond and we become best friends and we spend our lives together? Aha, I never liked you in the first place, and I also screwed your mom last night. Oh look, prey! Do. Oh, I love taking walks and also being dead. Aha, surprise! And now to collect my reward. Ah, what the? What do you mean, unedible? The typical justification for skipping halfway or even further into the first season of serialized animation is that, oh, nothing important happens before then. And I'm sorry, I just totally disagree. I believe this point of view can really only work if you ignore all elements of the show except for the baseline plot synopsis. If you just jump into one of the latter episodes, then the writer's priority for those endgame episodes won't be introducing you to the characters, their basic traits, and the world they inhabit. The TLDR is, if you start at the end of the first season, yeah, you probably won't miss any story details, but you will be confused on the characters and their thoughts and feelings. Alright, I found something that's actually edible. I guess it's a good time for my second survival tip. Number 2, when hunting, stay perfectly still. Except for when you pull the trigger. And when you find a hiding spot. And of course when you go on TikTok, because we all know you can't hunt without watching people commit crime and call them challenges to appease their Chinese overlord. Oh, it's coming over! Now remember to stay perfectly still. Well, now I've finally experienced vor in my life, though I didn't expect to be the victim in this situation. But you know what annoys me more than getting digested alive? I'll say it, and you're all free to crucify me for having an opinion, but I think the modern obsession with lore and, oh, everything has to be serialized, I think that perspective has only hurt animation at large, and it's what I see as the main reason as to why we're now in the darkest era for episodic cartoons. While there sometimes comes along a cartoon where the episodes don't specifically connect, like Ghost and Molly McGee and Smiling Friend, Jesus, who has ever mentioned those two in the same sentence? Oh, thank you. Jeez, that joke was about as bad as mid-season Adventure Time.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I know some people may have bad blood from Steven Universe towards the filler or towny episodes, but trust me, some of them can be great. Hell, in a lot of ways, I think episodic has a lot of advantages over serialization. Not saying overall that either approach is better than the other. All I'm saying is that there is a clear bias between the two in modern entertainment. Of course, I'm not saying that's why so many shows are being canceled now. Okay, so originally I was going to use Uncle Grandpa for that joke because I thought that Uncle Grandpa was canceled for some reason. So I looked it up, was Uncle Grandpa canceled? And geez, the CBR guy's based. So yeah, you should watch the first season, and to fill these last few minutes, I'm going to artificially extend the length of this video. I mean, give some love to some OG seasons that don't get the love they deserve. And obviously, me saying these specific seasons are underrated doesn't mean that the show that they came from was underrated, because some of these shows are very well known. I can't wrap my head around the insane polarization around Steven Universe Season 1. I mean, I know that everything Steven Universe is polarizing nowadays, but geez, like the only thing in Steven Universe that is more split down the middle is what? Season 5? And for God's sake, I don't know why. Like, yeah, it has the typical first season quirks. It's not as, for lack of a better term, polished than the later seasons. But like the typical first season schlock, the main critique that I see is that there's too many filler episodes. And you're right. But bitch, you're watching Steven fucking Universe. This is not a Season 1 exclusive issue. All of Steven Universe has filler. Even the best season of SU has filler. I guess what they could be saying is that nothing happens until the season finale. But I don't know, man. I think a lot of important things happened before that. Greg, Lapis, and Connie were introduced. A lot of Steven's powers were introduced. And we learned some things about Rose Quartz. I think Season 1 of Steven Universe is solid. Sure, there are some episodes that are paced weirdly, and some of them are just straight up bad. But there's a lot of good episodes, and it does a good job of setting up the characters. It sits comfortably at third place among the OG SU seasons, right above the mediocre finale and that one fever dream I had one time. Okay, so, including Gravity Falls first season in a list of underrated first seasons may seem odd, but just wait, let me explain. Okay, so I need to make one thing absolutely clear. Gravity Falls Season 1 is beloved. I don't want to imply anything otherwise. However, Season 1 of Gravity Falls has always been seen as very much less amazing than Season 2. And while I concede that Season 2 is better than 1, 2 just has better episodes, even though 2 does have the worst episode of the show, so it kind of balances out. But the way people talk about Season 1 makes it seem far below S2. It is not. Now, unlike Steven Universe, I can't understand why people think like this. I know I just spent the last couple minutes wasting your life, I mean ranting about audiences' biases towards serialized storytelling, but Gravity Falls is one of the only shows where I almost kinda get that excuse, because Gravity Falls Season 2 is so focused on serialization, the most out of any show I've ever seen in my life. So it may seem disconnected from the other half of the show, and I have heard some people say that the plots seem more basic than season 2's. But personally, besides the toning down of the serialization, the two are identical to me. The setting, characters, they're all the same from season to season. Well, okay, that wasn't the best wording out there. They all obviously develop. I guess the better way to word that is that the characters stay consistent between the two. Owl House! I haven't seen all of the first season, but I have seen enough to say, come on, guys. Just come on. Okay, being bored started out as a unique concept, but now it's just kind of getting overdone. It's time to move on. What did I even come out here for? Oh yeah, food. Well, too bad I didn't find any. Oh hey everyone, you guys want to voice an unpopular opinion or something? By the orders of the king, you are under arrest. Oh hey pal, long time no see. Ah, I see you brought our old friend back. Old friend? Bro, we talked for like 10 minutes. Silence! You are being brought here on account of being convicted of committing the crime of changing your opinion as a movie and cartoon reviewer. What are your final words before execution? Wait, don't I get a trial or something? Order! Even though what you did was pretty unredeemable, I suppose it would be entertaining to see a simple mortal like you try to defend yourself from such a heinous crime. Your trial begins now. Okay, and that's like an epic cliffhanger. To be continued. Tune in next time on Branson.